Welcome back to vocabulary.com and your clever app in PGCPS. If you followed the instructions from the previous video, you're now logged in with your credentials, and if you scroll down here to vocabulary.com. So what we're going to do is check out some features of vocabulary.com. If you haven't used it before, basically it teaches students vocabulary and it gives you this really rich and incisive data to help you help them. Let's take a look at my 1A class, Homeland Security. Foundations. You see on the right there's a list of trouble words. These are things that students are having a difficulty mastering. At the top it tells you their points, hours spent on task, and questions answered. There is an app available for this, but students can just log into the website, and I think that it works just as well and it's free. So encourage them to use the website on their electronic devices. On the left, this tells you how many questions students answered. And the student view up here is what the kids see, and they have a point system worked out in this learning platform. So the students are rewarded for getting the answers correct and getting streaks. So they get all sorts of bonuses and little tags and stuff, like digital trophies, to reward them for success. So many of them find it really exciting to compete for those things. But then the question lies, well, now how do I make it a grade? And the grade is part of what makes this engaging. On top of it just being a game of sorts, you make the scoring of it a game. So the strategy that I've adopted is just to use a spreadsheet with a normal grade distribution, A's, B's, C's, D's, and E's. And based on how many questions each student answers, I rank them from greatest to least, and I assign them a grade. I do this about once every 7 to 10 days. They get their vocabulary.com grade, and they made it 10% of their overall grade. So everybody has a stake in the success of it. Now, the cool part about this is because it's graded on a curve, the more everybody works and learns, the better chance they're going to have a higher grade, but also it makes it harder to get that grade. So everybody is working towards their betterment in a very competitive way. Vocabulary.com also has competition in mind, and they do a lot of recognition for schools that are being successful. They have a standing competition, Vocabulary Bowl, and if you take a look over here, it shows the leaders, and then it positions your school. Right now we're 1199 nationally. That's all right. We started halfway through the year, so I think that we're doing all right for starting halfway through the year. And I took the liberty on my G site here to put a link to a bowl for regional schools. So you got the Route 50/295 mixing bowl standing here. We're battling against Charles Carroll, William Wirt, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Northwestern. So I'm not sure what's up with Roosevelt and Northwestern's performance this month. Maybe they just they've been away from it for a while, but we've been working on it. And if we switch the scope here to the whole bowl season, we see that Roosevelt and Carroll are well ahead of Parkdale. But we're within striking distance of William Wirt, and it would really be great if you could all incorporate vocabulary.com into your instruction. I'm here to help you with it. And your points count towards this level of mastery in this bowl competition. So please do consider it. If you're the kind of teacher that wants to recognize students for their success as well as their effort, then do consider using that student view. I give a ranking, my top 10 students across all my classes who are participating, and I give them bonus assessment points at the 5 and the 10-week mark of each quarter. So I encourage you to use vocabulary.com. It will help you document your establishment of a culture for learning. You can be distinguished in this, and this can help you with that rating. How does it do that? It helps everybody develop a sense of winning and competition. So learning becomes more fun. There's lots of approaches to how they learn on vocabulary.com. There's a spelling aspect. There's definitional. It asks you questions in context. And it also provides pictures and asks you to identify when you can learn words like that. I think each word in the list gets like 10 different permutations in how students learn it. and then when they're done with the list, it decides which words they've mastered and which ones they still need to work on. So you have that data. Kids have to choose their technology. They need to use it for productivity instead of distraction. So that's part of growing up and being great by choice. So that's another reason you should include it. And finally, vocabulary.com is a pre-reading strategy. We'll get the concept and a knowledge-based learning happening outside the classroom, so that when you're together, you can spend more time going right to the higher levels in Bloom's and the more in-depth kind of procedures and depth of knowledge. So please consider using vocabulary.com. I know that you're going to use clever.com. Thank you for this opportunity to present.